Fire department says a 3-year-old started a fire at this apartment complex by playing with matches. That was near 93rd and Burt last month, and there were dozens of others in Omaha last year.
The department hopes to educate children like that in its Fire Starter program, and new partnerships are helping to identify kids quicker to prevent tragedies. KETV News Watch 7's Sarah Feely has our exclusive tonight.
Smoke and flames roll out of a Family Dollar on 30th and Newport. It's 1996 and the Omaha Fire Department is fighting the 4-alarm fire when tragedy strikes. The roof collapses, trapping crews inside the burning building.
John Gessling died in the line of duty.
OFD's investigation revealed a heartbreaking cause.
Later on, the investigation found out that a child set the fire. So that's kind of the history behind it. That's why we're so involved right now.
That 15-year-old charged with murder in the captain's death. But it sparked an idea for education and outreach within Omaha Fire.
The biggest thing is that as a program, being able to stop fires before they start, keep people safe.
Youth Fire Setters works to identify children who start fires. Unfortunately, they're busy. In 2019, this fire near 16th and Burdett forced more than 30 people out of their apartments just days before Christmas. Omaha Fire says a child started it by playing with a lighter. And this year,
Most recent set youth fire was the beginning of this month. That was a youth set fire. I can't talk much about the particular case, but that was a 3-year-old.
Mike Davenport leads the Omaha Fire Department's Youth Fire Setter program. It uses a risk factor scale identifying why children may be playing with fire.
There's 3 categories that we call that. So there's the curious, the youth fire setter is another category, and then it moves on from there to arson.
When Omaha Fire responds to a youth set fire, Davenport's work begins.
We'll do a large investigation. After the investigation, we'll decide whether it's going to be a 1-hour class or whether we're going to do a comprehensive forensic interview, do a multidisciplinary team.
That team involves therapists at Project Harmony because sometimes fire setting can be a cry for help in children.
Mostly because there's something else going on in the home, whether it's physical or sexual abuse, large change in the home, divorce rates, whatever it might be. So it comes to do with females and how they react to it.
Omaha Fire says by partnering with schools and the Juvenile Justice Center, they're better able to identify fire setters and intervene.
And usually when we find that, we find out that there's something else going on at home. And so it's not a matter that we have more, it's a matter of the fact that we're doing a better job identifying those youth.
Davenport says in 2022, there were 87 youth set fires in Omaha. In 2023, 61 cases totaling more than $1 million in damage. And so far for 2024, there have been 2.
And national statistics say that we're missing 50 to 60% of those.
The classes are free and voluntary, but OFD says identifying behavior early can mean life or death.
I think it's something that if we haven't talked about it before, we really need to talk about it now.
Captain Nick Lemek says parents come to the classes too, and in most of the fires, OFD finds parents are usually to blame.
Putting away matches, putting away candles, making sure they understand and respect the danger of fire.
But OFD knows there's outside influence too. Lemek put his own child to the test.
Did a little experiment and, lo and behold, I was able to send my son in and he was able to purchase lighters from a convenience store. He's 9 years old.
OFD says parents need to take every chance they can to teach their children about the danger fire poses. And they have an easy way for parents to do it using household items.
Is that a tool or a toy? All right, then we bring out the lighters and matches. Tools or toys.
They stress that fire doubles in size every 30 seconds. So it's important to not let a child's curiosity get out of control.
And that starts by keeping fire out of kids' hands.
The big thing is preventing fires before they happen. If we can prevent these fires before they happen, we can keep people safe. Citizens, children, firefighters.
Sarah Feely, KETV News Watch 7.